most people have fragmented their consumption. The internet fragmented everything. And most people, probably, 50 and under, are fragmented enough to where it's like there is no more, just like that's the only thing.
Yeah.
Which is great. I think that like decentralizing that is a really good thing. And I think the sensation that we're talking about of like this loss of, oh man, I just might be more of a nostalgic, perspective rather than an actual good thing that we lost. Cause I think it's nice to have
I think I agree with you in the decentralization thing. I will say, just as someone that remembers things like The Sixth Sense or the Jerry Seinfeld finale or Twin Peaks, it was fun to have everybody talking about it. And I don't mean the news outlets are tuning in, because that certainly was happening. And you're right, PR firms, and let's get this out there. Let's just keep it at the top of the cultural zeitgeist as much as possible. But there was something cool. I felt like if I went to one of my cousin's birthday parties and all the adults are talking about a movie. Like that was cool.
That's still remember,
because it had a linking for, I saw it.
You feel human.
Yeah,
everybody's
you just feel connected to people where there was separation. One parent is a mechanic, the other one's a teacher, this one's whatever. Like they don't have a lot of things in life that they can talk about, but a movie or a TV show could sort of bring them all together to talk about their experience of this shared experience. And so if there was one little piece of the greater pie of that whole dynamic, that was something that it was cool. I mean, I just remember thinking, wow, everybody's talking about this movie.
Yeah.
Like that's really neat.
It's almost like trends just had more time to wash over everything. Yeah. Like, cause I do like a couple of, what was it? Squid Game.
Yes.
Or like Tiger King.
Like I never watched either of
I've never seen either one of them either. But everybody, it consumed everything for a while. The Bear for a little bit. So I mean, I feel like it still happens. It's just more. Honestly, I wonder if this has anything to do with it. This this is just a logical jump, but both you and I are kind of like counterculture. Like I think we're kind of like, oh no, like I don't want to do that because it's like that's
pushed back
a characteristic of both of us.
In the zeitgeist, it's almost like there's a desire to protect it.
And I wonder if, because I mean, there's plenty of people who, there are things like that in the zeitgeist. Like Tiger King was like the only thing that I'm sure large groups of people talked about. Squid Game. What was that show? Duck Dynasty.
Oh man,
you remember that? Like, The Bachelorette seems like there's.
I just heard a news segment on the radio at a upholstery place that said something about The Bachelorette last night.
I feel like there's still these things that are like culturally consuming, and maybe we're just less tuned into them.
Well, and like when you mentioned Squid Game and Tiger King and all that, my memory of that being in the zeitgeist was in social media, especially Twitter. Mm-hmm. But as far as my friend circle goes, nobody was talking about that stuff. Yeah. Other than maybe referencing, why is everybody talking about this show?
Why is everybody talking about it?
Like confusion versus participation,
For sure.
So, that stuff is interesting. Again, I don't think anything's necessarily better or worse. Yeah. And I don't think like, humanity is missing something because we're not all, because 87 million of us aren't watching the Seinfeld finale. Yeah. It's cool.
Yeah.
Like that's a cool thing. The Super Bowl, obviously. But I was like, I don't know that. Yeah. That I would go back to that.
And most people like lose the Super Bowl still. We can watch. I like.
Yeah, everybody.
Day after the Super Bowl, you and I are going to probably have a conversation about the Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
I feel like that's a safe prediction.
Yeah.
And like I'm sure I will with 10 other people in my life. Like, so there still are some things like that.
Yes.
I think it is just a little more fragmented, and part of that's just because everything is more fragmented.
Agreed.
Like you can go on YouTube and dive into any rabbit hole you want.
Oh yeah.
And any of your like many interests, and so maybe you're not as inclined to be sitting on the couch at 8 because the Seinfeld season finale is on or something like that.
Yeah. And I've definitely felt like stuff's out there to watch, and I'm like, I'm kind of want to watch these vinyl hunting videos right now. Like, I'm going hard on vinyl hunting. Like, this is just where I feel the direction I feel pulled.
I remember everybody Dune 2 was the big thing. Everybody's like, you gotta see Dune. I still haven't seen it yet.
I still haven't seen it either.
Like, everybody was very high on it.
Yeah, I did go see Alien Romulus though.
Yeah. One bite, everybody knows the rules.
Pardon?
One bite, everybody knows the rules. Like, what's your rating out of?
To me, it is one of the best executed soulless movies I've seen in a long time. It is like superb.
We need to get you some signs.
Excellent storytelling, like as far as plot, and
just
all that.
Complete craft.
Yeah,
empty.
Just like great ideas, very ingenious ways to do stuff, to kind of do cool new things with something that's had 8 movies or whatever.
You know what, though? A lot of old Hollywood is like that, and I love it. So if we got more of that, I think all in all, it would bring up the level.
Yeah.
I prefer soulless craft than soulless crap.
Yep.
It had been a golden afternoon, and I remember having the familiar conviction that life was beginning over again with the summer and summer.